Hi everybody, it's Megan again. We're going to try this camera one more time. Hopefully this works a little bit better. I'm trying to figure out the angle of how it relates to my face and how it relates to you guys, and yeah, it's a little difficult. Alright, so as you can see, I've done a little bit of work in my garden, and this is my garden, not my mother's. I harvested all my lettuce, and in here I planted a Snow White cherry tomato. So this plant will grow up this trellis and produce little tiny white cherry tomatoes. And when I planted it, just like at my mom's, I trenched it. So the root ball is actually over here, and the stem goes this way, and then it just naturally straightened itself out, and it's going straight up now. In this other pot, which there was nothing planted in it before, it was just there holding space, I planted a Sun Gold cherry tomato. So again, he's trenched, so his root ball's here, the stem goes this way, and then I'm just letting him grow up. On the other side, I had a bit of a problem. This is the tomato that I wanted to grow out of every tomato I've ever wanted to grow the most, and it broke. So that's what this little white bandage is right here. This little white bandage is where it broke. I put some cotton around it, wrapped him up nice and tight, and believe it or not, even though it's still wilting, this looks better than the day after I did it. So I think it's working, I just don't think it's working as well as I would like it to. Which makes me kind of sad, but I can also understand it, because this plant had some major trauma. And actually I think its roots out right here, so I need to put something on top of that, but that's okay. So, hey. Maybe it survives, maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't, it's okay. I have some more started in seed. I probably won't get tomatoes from it again, or if I do, I'll only get one or two, which is pretty sad, but whatever. As you can tell, I thinned my sunflowers. I had 2 sprout, and now I only have 1, because I cut them down and just left them there. My Royal Burgundy bush beans seem to be doing great. They're nice and happy. My Parisni carrots are not nearly as big as any of my other carrot sprouts, which could be akin to the fact that they are miniature carrots. They don't ever get much bigger than about that. So maybe they're only supposed to have smaller leaf structure. Who knows? We'll find out. Red core's nice and happy. My Swiss chard, I don't know why, but it's flapping. It's growing, it's getting bigger, but it just doesn't want to stand up straight like collards or Swiss chards normally do. Same thing with my collards. It's kind of like meh. I don't really know why, but whatever. The spinach, nice and happy. I'm cool with that. There's my other sunflower, as you can see. Over here, you guys might notice something a little bit different about the placement of that garden box. I had to move it over, because as you can see along the sides of the box, I had a rainstorm happen. Really hard rainstorm. And it started splashing the dirt out, and actually, I think it almost killed my True Lemon cucumber. We'll find out soon. It has a couple leaves that are just really tiny in the very top of it, so we'll find out. Because I think my landlord's gutter up there is backed up a little bit, or you can see that little crack right there. I think it's clogged right before it, so it leaks, and in a really bad rainstorm it leaks really hard, and I think it might have done some damage. So we moved the box over, and then I put a bucket here to catch rainwater. And then there's my stevia and my bronze fennel. So moving into this box, it's actually doing really well. My replant of the Jackson Classic seems to be pretty happy. As you can see, the True Lemon. See, he has a few leaves, so he might survive. I'm just going to set him back a little bit, which I'm okay if I set him back a little bit and he still survives and still gives me a pickle. Well, a cucumber. The Carnival Blend carrots are almost as big as the red core, not quite, but I'm okay with that. And then my purple bell pepper, my purple beauty bell pepper. He was another one who was affected by this torrential drip, which you can actually see the water line right here. So he's actually propped up right now because he's just angry. Angry at life. He does not like me. He doesn't think I'm pretty. It's okay. My nasturtium, actually all three of my nasturtiums are super happy. Nice big leaves popping out of them. I can't wait to see how pretty they are when they blossom. They're going to look so cute in these beds, and they're going to help keep away the pests. My potato, Holy Crow, I've added dirt to him now 4 times, and I probably should do it again. I was going to wait a little bit longer though, because he's just growing so fast. It's ridiculous. And I have bees in my garden. Yay! So it just keeps growing and growing and growing, and I'm happy with that. My little watermelon, he's nice and happy. Yeah, he's got a little limp leaf here, but we had a really, really cold night last night. I had him greenhoused, so him and the cucumbers and the tomatoes and all that, but they're not super cold tolerant, so he was probably like, fudge, I don't like this, no! So, he's a little wimpy right now, but his other leaf that's on here is nice and perky and firm, and this guy will probably firm back up once he warms up and realizes that it's not going to get cold anymore. At least I hope not. I'm really getting tired of these late frosts. My eggplant looks nice and happy. I actually have a couple flowers, which is super exciting to me, because I love me some eggplant. So, I have some eggplant flowers, which I'm happy about. Over here, I have a new plant. Another new plant. This is another pepper. Now, originally I was given a seed start of a purple jalapeno, so it would have been spicy, but I would have been able to eat it too, because I'm not a big fan of super hot. But in transit from where we picked it up to where we are now, when I planted it, it broke. And I don't mean it just like a leaf broke. I mean it broke. Worse than the tomato. Like, it broke in half, clean through, all the way. We got home, the leaves were standing on top of the soil block. I was not happy. So, my boss, same person who started a bunch of my seeds for me, he gave me another pepper. He thinks, because he forgot when he labeled them, he thinks this is a Tabasco pepper, which I won't be able to eat, but that's okay. Bear will love it. He's a super chili head. So that should be good once it gets a little bit bigger and starts bearing some fruit. My garden looks a little bit dry. I might have to come out here and water. Okay, so my broccoli rabe in this box. In this box, I have one broccoli rabe sprout, which it's growing. I'm not exactly sure how well it's growing, but it is growing. And then right here where the other one was, I have squirrel damage. Damn dirty squirrels. No other rodent is supposed to be in my garden. So I don't think I'm going to have broccoli rabe there, because I think the squirrel ate it. Damn dirty squirrels. And then over here, my beets. This is the 3-root grec. Literally, I think every single beet seed sprouted in this box. So I'm kind of excited, because I think that means I'm going to get some beets, which are good, because I like beets, and beets are good for you. I'm not sure if this is actually a 3-root grex, because it looks a little bit different. But we'll find out. I'll let it grow. It's in the exact right placement, so it can stay there, and we'll find out. Okay, and then in this box, which is my other broccoli rabe box, I have 2 sprouts, which is awesome. Actually, I have 3. I have one right there, too. He might be small enough. Let's see. Can we do a quick transplant, people? What do you think? Oh, no, there's no way. I can feel him tugging. If I pull on this guy, he's gonna die. Yep, there he goes. He's dead. Alright, well, I just thinned him out. It's all good. Oh, that's not what I want. That's a weed. You're a weed. I don't like you. So, I'm excited for these guys. Sorry there's so much debris in my boxes. I just weed-eated right up against them, and probably should have tented them a little bit. But, if they can't survive a little wind from a weed eater, they're not going to give me any food. So I'll be a little heartless. Alright, and then over here is my last beet box. These are candy cane beets. I think this one's a beet, which if it is, that's awesome, but it's not in the right place. It's like the seed moved, which is entirely possible. So I'm kind of hoping that that one is a beet, and I'm just going to leave it alone and see what it does. But yeah, that's my beet box. And then here, which is covered in a whole bunch of schmutz, I probably should wash them off, but that means I have to take them down. It's a little bit of work. Whatever, I'll probably end up doing it anyways. This is my herb tower. It seems pretty happy, actually. The oregano's cool. I clipped back a good amount of the garlic chives not too long ago. And it's popped right back. It's actually grown out a lot, so I'm actually kind of happy with that. The purple sage, there's some schmutz on him, but he's okay. It looks kind of happy. I got a new plant, actually I got 7 new plants since last time I did a video on the garden, guys, for the herb tower at least. One of them is sweet bay, so this is a laurel plant, or a bay leaf. Most often used for people who are making sauces or stocks. My parsley, super happy. I just realized his leaf has gotten crushed. Alright, no, that's dead. Goodbye. And then up top are my 2 levels of basil. So I have quite the variety of basil this year. I'm going to do a downward shot, see if I can get this right. Alright, so this is either lemon or lime basil. It's a citrus basil. These were again given to me by my chef, my boss. This is a Thai basil, which is probably my absolute favorite basil, flavor-wise. Down below those 2, this is either Genovese or Marseille in both of these boxes. One of them looks like it might not be super happy with me, which I can kind of understand because basil does not like cold weather, and they just had a light blanket last night. This one with the super tiny leaves is Greek basil, and then of course, because it's me, he grew me a purple basil, which I don't think he likes it here either. It might just be the amount of sun he's getting, which means I might have to break my basil tower and put it elsewhere, which I'm okay with, because if it gives me basil, I don't care. But yeah, that's my herb tower. Oh, well, the dill, as you can see, it's going psycho. I really need to figure out something to do with that. Probably make some fish or something. Cilantro, again, super, super happy. I don't think I've ever had a cilantro plant that's this big. French tarragon, nice and big leaves. And then my sage. This plant was big when I put it in here, but it wasn't even close to being this big. It's freaking huge. For an herb tower, at least. For a regular row garden, it's probably not all that big. But for my garden, it's big. So I'm probably going to make some pork chops today. And we'll put some sage in the brine, and then we'll chiffonade some sage and put it on there when they're cooking. So we'll have nice sagey pork chops, which will probably be delicious. And then going down over here to my landlord's trellises that we redid. As you can see from here, the nasturtiums that I planted over here are super happy. Nice big leaves. Most of them turned towards the sun. Like super, super happy. It's exploded in growth. And then there's the thyme, which it hasn't grown as much as I thought it would, but it does have new growth on this. You can see it's standing straight up. Ooh, my hand was totally in the way of that shot. I'm sorry. It's got new growth. It's standing straight up. The woolly thyme, I'm not sure if this has new growth or if it's just maintaining. I think it might be a slow grower, which is okay. So, there's the woolly thyme. And then the cabbage. I thought I had stunted the growth of this cabbage because it was sitting in the little 4-pack that I bought it in for so long. I was just like, oh, this plant is never going to take off for me. It's just going to be so angry all the time. And now it's got a whole bunch of new growth. The plants are bigger, the stalks are bigger. I actually think I didn't notice this before, but I actually think there's more than one plant right here. Oh yeah, there is. We need to fix that. Ooh, cabbage stems are stiff. There we go. So I just destroyed them. I'll probably actually eat these for breakfast. A nice little salad. Make sure I wash them off good though. Yeah. Nice little salad. Because I did harvest all that lettuce and I have a whole bunch of it. They were really, really small leaves when I harvested it. And then up there, that's my hydrangea. Which I found out why he looks so unhappy. That's a forced hydrangea. And I brought him out before the last frost. So he's just going to be angry with me all season long. And then if I leave him outside and he dies back in the fall and then he sprouts back naturally in the spring, he'll be a super happy plant. Give me nice purple blossoms, be great. So I have to deal with it for a year of him looking like crap. And then after that, he'll look good. But yeah, that's my garden update for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As you can tell, I've got a few more trellises, a few more things going on in the garden. I'm probably going to start mulching this week after I get a few more of my restart seedlings in the ground, because I had some that were just not happy. So I started some new ones and I'm probably going to end up planting those pretty quickly. And then I'm going to probably start mulching everything because I have almost 3 bags of cocoa shell mulch, and I'm going to start using it to keep my plants happy. Alright guys, I will talk to you guys later, and thanks for watching the video. Bye.